Hey everybody, quick video blog today as I have to head out a little early here today, but I will be back next week for Christy, by the way, just for a few days. Christy will be back on the air on Sunrise on Wednesday, okay? So for you Christy fans, be patient. She's coming back. All right, severe weather outlook. Nothing noted for today, even though Charleston did have a tornado this morning. A little more tropical oriented because of that reason there. But anyway, Saturday you can see the main focus for anything when it comes to severe weather is going to be on the southeast side of the low. The low pressure itself, let me try to draw that better. Low pressure itself is like this. So anything on the southeast corner of that low is where you're going to get your best convection, your lightning and thunder, and maybe some gusty winds there. And then as we into Sunday, the low kind of fades away, so we really don't have anything to worry about. So far this morning, though, temperatures now not too bad. We've got some 60s and some 50s out there. Here's the setup, and a lot of the setup for today and tonight is going to be handled by our grab and go videos, by the way, which are on Way3.com and on your Way3 News weather app. So make sure to watch those for updates in the short term. I'm going to go more detail, more longer term in the blog, but just to give you an update, we do have some clearing and some thin clouds now. That's why we got some sunshine, but the thicker clouds are rolling in from the north as we head throughout the day. You see that here in Futurecast. We may have enough thinning and some clearing to get us close to 80, if not higher, this afternoon. Best chance for the 80s will be in Indiana. Close to 80 here in Louisville. And then the rain shield moves in as we head into tonight. Yeah, it's going to be Kentucky first before it begins to reach the ground. This model may be overdone as far as the intensity of what it looks like versus the reality. As far as the radar image and then what actually hits the ground could be a little different, should be lighter. But either way, rain chances increase in a showery form tonight for the football games around town. It does look to be Kentucky games first, and then Indiana games. May see something later, but you may be in better shape. All right, Saturday, we've got several events going on. Spotty showers, lots of clouds passing through. I think by the afternoon, it's going to be mainly East Kentucky here along the foothills of the Appalachians that have a better chance to pick up. The best chance for steadier rain throughout most of the late afternoon and evening, and that'll affect the Kentucky game. Meanwhile, for the Louisville game and for Western, spotty showers, but those games may luck out. Not much at all may happen. And then as we into Sunday, the low begins to fade, and as that happens, we're already going to see some breaks in the clouds develop, and we'll see more and more of that sunshine develop throughout the day on Sunday. Still a rain chance. Overall, rain totals, it's not that impressive. I mean, you see the trend. The more east you go and south you go, you're going to get a lot of rain potentially, over an inch. Here along I-65, it'll vary. The Indiana portion of 65, not as much as the Kentucky portion of 65. And once you go west of there, barely anything at all. So that's the general trend on wave country. What a range we could have here from nothing to about an inch. It's pretty much the forecast. That's like saying in the wintertime, we could see anything from flurries to a foot. Kind of the same deal here with this kind of a setup with rain. But we need the rain, so hopefully no complaints. And there actually is a moderate drought right in this area, so this is actually not all bad news. So looking at the GFS upper air pattern, you can see that low pressure, cut off low, basically upper level low, right over us. Now later this week, it'll fade away, but we're going to have a trough moving through, and we're going to have some pull off the Gulf of Mexico. How much of an interaction are we going to have here in the Ohio Valley this week, or next week, is the big question. So we're going to keep rain chances low next week. We're going to go with 80-ish for high, lower 80s at times. It really depends on how much interaction we can get. Are we going to have a wave that come off the Gulf and move north, or are we going to just deal with a passing front to our north and miss us all together? So a lot of debate here on how these two are going to touch. So that's why the forecast next week has pretty low confidence. By the weekend, we do notice a little more of a northerly flow. Could mean some sunshine for next weekend, but it's a northerly flow and maybe some cooler weather working its way in, the core of the heat well to our west. And I will say in the longer term, this is about, say, October 10th. Just to show you, this is the GFS. It's hard to take models verbatim this far out. You guys know that. But it is showing quite the trough developing in the nation's heartland. And we're seeing hints of this, too, on some of the other models. The GFS has a tendency to see this very well before other models do, but it usually sees it way too soon. So sometimes it's about a week later. So if we would go by that rule, this could be about the 15th or so of October. But we'll see. We do see some active weather, though, coming in October itself. So kind of a signal, anyway, that we are seeing in longer-term data. And when you look at the ensembles in all three of the big models, here's the GFS for later this month, showing a somewhat trough. The European's a little flatter with that idea, and the Canadian model is a little deeper with the trough idea. So it is seeing something as far as some more active weather coming into the picture. So could get busy for us. And we'll see how it plays out. Let's just get through this nasty weather here for the weekend first, all right? Have a good Friday. I'll see you guys Monday morning.